Supreme Court in Colorado jurisprudence is Vigil v. People. Vigil v. People. And Vigil is the guy's name. He's Juan Dedios Vigil. So Juan Dedios Vigil. So Juan John Mr. Vigil, right? So Old Man Vigil v. People, 1960. This is going to happen in Capulin, Conejos County, Colorado. And in Capulin, Conejos, Colorado, that's where you had a domestic, a murder, suicide. You had some of the Andre Psychoparosis people came out of Capulin. There seems to be a drive-by or shooting or killing. Capulin has a population of 13. There's 13 people in Capulin, and yet they have, I would say, if you got rid of Capulin, Conejos County's crime rate would probably drop to 0. It's not that bad, but what the fuck? You would think a small-ass town like Capulin, with their cherry festival and shit, you'd think it'd be all quaint and cute, and they'd be doing some cool shit out there, but no sirree, Bob. Okay, so guess what was going on in 1960? In Conejos County, Colorado, it's an important Supreme Court case, Vigil v. People, 1960, Vigil v. People. Vigil v. People is an important Supreme Court case of Colorado for self-defense reasons. So you're going to have this Mr. Vigil, Old Man Vigil, is going to shoot and kill Ralph Valdez. So Ralph Valdez is 27 years old, Old Man Vigil is 70 years old. So what is going on? What in the hell had happened? What in the hell took place? So you have motherfucking Ralph Valdez, right? So Ralph Valdez is a piece of shit bully. So this piece of shit bully was just bullying this old man, Juan Dedios Vigil. Juan Dedios. So Dedios Vigil, 71-year-old man. Ralph Valdez, perhaps at first he was just being nice. Maybe he was a prisoner in his own home the entire time. Ralph Valdez and his shitty brothers were thieves, and they were staying at Juan Dedios Vigil's house against his will. He did not want them to be at his house. Juan Dedios Vigil, they were staying at his fucking house, Ralph Valdez and his shitty Valdez brothers. So those, assholes were staying at the house, not only holding him against his will, basically staying in his own house against his will, they, bullying him here and there, but they stole $40 fucking. So they just stole $40 fucking, and they were all drinking on a road. They just said a road in Capulin, not at a building, not in a field. They were just at a road, and Old Man Vigil wanted to go walk and, go talk to his daughter. So Old Man Vigil is going to go talk to his daughter, and guess what happens? He runs into Ralph Valdez and his shitty Valdez brothers, his shitty thieving Valdez brothers. So he's walking to go visit his daughter. They're in the middle of the road, drinking and carrying on, hollering and hooting and what have you. And the reason why I'm telling you about all this, it reminds me of what was going on with Little House on the Prairie, A New Beginning. You had the climax at the very end. You had the banker, and you had the hoodlum. The 20-year-old hoodlum was holding the banker up, and the banker had the gun on the hoodlum, and they were looking at each other. They're eyeballing each other. Who's gonna, who's gonna pull the trigger first? How's this gonna end? Are they just gonna put the guns down? Are they gonna shoot each other? Will one shoot the other? Holy fuck! It's a Mexican standoff, right? So you got the banker who's got the gun on the 20-year-old hoodlum, and guess what happens? Jonathan Garvey opens the door. The banker gets scared, pulls the trigger, boom, 20-year-old hoodlum dead. So that was an accident, but it was an accident against a person who deserved it, so to speak. Death, armed bank robbery, you're threatening that banker's life, right? That banker, what's he supposed to do? Just like, well, maybe they'll shoot, maybe they won't. I'll just, roll the dice, just fucking flip a coin and see if the fucking thieving-ass criminal motherfucker is going to do something. So imagine that. Imagine, put yourself in the 70-year-old old man Vigil. Old man Vigil, he's 70 years old. To get a 70-year-old this fucking pissed off, but he opens the doors the doors to Ralph, right? He's 27 years old, probably, going here, going there. He opens the door to Ralph, and then Ralph brings his shitty fucking brothers in there. They stink, eating all the food. They don't give a shit. They're mean as fuck. And now, old man Vigil finds out that they stole $40. Okay, you stole 40 fucking bucks. You gotta go. You gotta go. It's eviction time. But he's a 70-year-old man against 3 younger men. And does anybody in Capulin, does anybody in Conejos give a goddamn flying fuck about old man Vigil? Nobody gives a flying fuck about old man Vigil. He's been terrorized by Ralph Valdez and his shitty Valdez brothers. And does anyone care? Does anybody say shit? No, he don't know what to fucking do. So he's a little bit scared because they've threatened and, they've hit him before. And here they are in the middle of the road drinking and carrying on. This is on election day, too, which I'm not sure how much that plays into it, but this is on election day in Capulin, Conejos County, the poorest county in Colorado. You have an old, ancient model gun. So, 70-year-old Vigil, he's going to go walk to his daughter's house. He's in his house in Capulin. He's going to go walk to his daughter's house, and he puts an old, ancient gun into his pocket. He says he didn't know if it was loaded, and he said he didn't know if it worked, if it would actually fire, if it would actually shoot. I think he knew that it would fire and probably knew that it would shoot. But it's an old, ancient model gun. Well, fuck, I guess I got that old, ancient model gun, from the Civil War or some shit, from the Revolutionary War. So he's got this old, ancient model gun. He said he didn't know if it was loaded or never fired it. He's going to say it was an accident. Kind of like the New Beginning, the Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, it was an accident, but that fucking hoodlum had a gun on that banker. The banker had a right to defend himself. The banker had a right to defend himself, and if anything, he held the gun on the hoodlum for quite some time without fucking firing him. But the guy had the gun pointed right at him, so he'd already pulled the gun and pointed the gun right at the motherfucker, and he just had it, just sitting on him. Just pulled the gun, had it, pointed at him, and was just sitting on him. So what the fuck, right? Then Jonathan Garvey walks in, scares the banker. Banker pulls the trigger, kills the 20-year-old hoodlum. So it was an accident, but it was a justified accident. And so is this. So is this case. Juan Dedios Vigil, a 70-year-old man, this is a justified accident. So he says that he had that old, ancient model gun, and he didn't know nothing about nothing. Okay, sure, whatever. But he goes, walks to the daughter's house, and they were all, hanging out and talking and some shit. And then all of a sudden they heard a gunshot. People turn around. They're standing 10 feet apart. And then old man Vigil says, oh, shit, I just killed somebody. But old man Vigil, they said beforehand what had happened was that they were arguing. And there was violence. They were arguing, and there was violence. So he threatened to, not only did he hit him, but he threatened to beat the shit out of him. So that's, violence. And then he was cussing, and so what is that? I get to hit you in the fucking mouth, old man. Shut your fucking mouth, old man. Old man pulls the gun out. Oh, yeah, I got this old gun. I might shoot this old gun. Yeah, you shoot that old gun, I'll beat the fucking piss out of you. You think I won't? Yeah, I don't think you will, motherfucker. In fact, I'm going to go over there and slap you. I'm going to take that gun out of your hands right now. What you going to do about that, huh? What do you mean, what am I going to do about that? Yep, I'm going to take the gun. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yeah, you're... Boom! Oh, shit. I just killed a man. So, damn, Ralph Valdez fucking gotcha. Juan Dedios Vigil gotcha. Old man Vigil got Ralph Valdez. Ralph Valdez probably thought he was the fucking shit, right? He had free housing. He was probably bragging, right, to his brothers. Look at this dumbass 70-year-old motherfucker. Look at this 70-year-old motherfucker. This old ass man. We could just go ahead and fuck with this old ass man. Stay in his house, steal from him, bully him, talk to him like he ain't shit. 'Cause fuck him. He's an old-ass man. What's this old-ass man going to do? The Valdezes, Ralph Valdez and his shitty brother, they didn't give a fuck. All that bullying, I guess, in the end really didn't pay off, though, right? Ralph Valdez loved to fucking bully motherfuckers, but I guess he bullied the wrong one. Thought that Juan Dedios Vigil didn't have it in him. But Turns out Juan Dedios Vigil does have it in him. Ralph Valdez loved to harass others to the point where, shit, you know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So Elijah Patman, the banker, he had a right to defend himself and his property. Is the banker expected to take the chance to see if some adult hoodlum will squeeze and pull the trigger and end your life? If the banker is expected to put his life on the line for the off chance that the fucking criminal hoodlum piece of shit wasn't going to be a criminal hoodlum at that fucking moment. He was a criminal hoodlum the entire fucking time Jonathan Garvey knew him. So the chances that he would have been a criminal, yet once again his entire crew turned his back on him, he still was pissed off and was still going to commit crimes. He seemed hell-bent on committing crimes. And he needed some money. Who's got all the money? The bank. So got to go rob the bank. So what happens? Old man Vigil goes out. They're arguing, and so the main point is self-defense. This is a self-defense case, and so when Old man Vigil, what is right, what is wrong? Where stands your ground? Where's castle law? Where do you have a right to self-defense? And this isn't just a right to self-defense. This is a right to self-defense up to the point of a fatality. So this is a self-defense case. Juan Dedios Vigil shouldn't have to take the Valdez's shit. And the part that's really important of where the self-defense comes in, because they're at a party and it's, you know, one party and another party, who's saying what and who did what. What we determined is that Vigil was being bullied. He did get robbed, so you had all this shit that happened before him. But if we're just going to go with the Ahmaud Arbery principle, and you can't, you know, all that shit you got to put off to the side, and you just got to look at that case for what it was, well, he hit him. Ralph Valdez hit, you know, old man Vigil. Ralph Valdez hit old man Vigil, cussing at him, talking to him like he ain't shit, right? Hit him, cussing at him. And then he's threatening him. What, to beat the shit out of him, to shoot him? What's the threat? Terroristic threatening. There's more to come after this, or something's going to happen. So then, you know, he clearly felt bad. He clearly didn't want to do it. It was self-defense because he's got this old-ass gun. Who wants to defend themselves with an old-ass gun? He said he just wanted to back the guy up, so if the guy was within his space or in his vicinity, or if he was charging at him. So we don't know if he was charging at him, but we do know that he hit him, so he had to have approached him, right? Who charged who knows? But one person attacked the other one. Ralph Valdez attacked the 70-year-old. A 27-year-old attacked a 70-year-old. So Ralph Valdez attacks the 70-year-old, and then the 70-year-old, you know, he's cussing at him, talking to him like shit. I'm going to kick the shit out of you. And then something or another happens, and then he's dead. So, now, there's that little bit of space there that, you know, could Vigil have walked away, right? Could he have done anything else but shoot? You know, he's an old man. He's an old-ass man, so he couldn't be expected to, you know, fight this man. So what was he supposed to do? Just take an ass-kicking? Just any old man that's out here just has to take any ass-kicking by any old punk-ass fucking bullying, you know, piece of shit, wicked psychopath that's dead on the inside, that's got no sense of, you know, right or wrong or conscience or the republic or democracy or freedoms and rights and virtues. Virtue? What the hell? Virtue? What the hell you talking? What the hell you talk about, boy? Get the hell out of here with that virtue talk. We don't want to talk about no goddamn virtue. We're a bunch of Christians around here. You keep that damn virtue shit out of your mouth, boy. So I'm comparing the Vigil v. People case, 1960, to that other one because it was an accident, right? He got attacked, he got hit. Was he approaching? Was he not approaching? They're 10 feet away from each other. So I feel like, you know, the details, the devil's in the details. So if it was possible, the only way that I think that, you know, it's not self-defense is if Ralph Valdez hits the guy, fuck you, old man, and he's walking away, and then the old man shoots him in the back. But they didn't say anything about that. They didn't say he shot him in the back. They just said, you know, they turned around. He said he shot him. He was dead. So it looked like they were facing each other, face to face, not in a Mexican standoff. I don't know if the guy was armed or not. But, you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This is a court case that says you have a right to defend yourself. And so old man Vigil, he had a right to be on the road. He had a right to walk to his daughter's house. And he had a right to go back to his house. He's not fucking around. He's just, you know, going to visit family. You're allowed to visit friends and family. But Ralph Valdez came across him, tried to do some shit, attacked him once, threatened, is cussing at him, threatening to hit him or hurt him in the future, do some shit right then and there. And then something happens, and then gunshot. So it seems to me, clear as fuck to me, Juan Dedios Vigil is just, you know, Ralph Valdez got, you know, his just desserts. Juan Dedios Vigil went back and got some dues. These motherfuckers were fucking with him, and then they started fucking with him that day. He had it. He had it. He's a 70-year-old man. He had all of it. He was sick of it. I bet he had to, you know, endure a lot of fucking bullshit by the Valdezes and the brothers. They were in his own house. They're gonna, nah, we're just gonna stay with you. Nah, we're just gonna stay in this house with you. You're just gonna stay right here with me, huh? Yeah, we're gonna take your money too. Eat your food and shit on your fucking toilet. We're gonna just, you know, yeah, we're just gonna stay right here. Huh. And treat me like shit on top of it. Yeah, because, I mean, it's working so far. But I was nice. I just wanted, you know, some company and shit. You can't just have conversation and treat others the way you want to be treated. Nah. I'm a piece of shit. My old man used to beat the shit out of my old lady. So I don't know right from wrong. My old man beat shit out of my mama, and I just watched, you know. So I don't know justice. I don't know right from wrong, and you're not supposed to stand up for others. In fact, I was quite impressed with the domestic violence. You would be, you sick motherfuckers. So yeah, there you go. Vigil v. People, 1960. It's a Colorado Supreme Court case.